Welcome to the iPad Possibilities Podcast, episode number 1. Well, welcome, and this is the iPad Possibilities Podcast. My name is Tim Chatton, and this first episode will be a rather short episode, simply explaining what this podcast is and introducing myself. So, the podcast itself is going to be a show on what developers and other people can do with this upcoming Apple iPad. We're going to talk about software that focuses on different markets that really takes the iPad to another level. We're going to talk about different ways you can interact with this new device and just all sorts of possibilities that people might not have thought of yet about what this huge touchscreen device could do, because it's kind of an open door as far as what is possible with this device, because it's just a huge touchscreen with a great operating system underneath, which will only improve over time. So this podcast is going to simply talk about the possibilities and what developers are currently doing and working on, and some just new ideas of what can we do with this iPad. It won't be as much of a news show and information show about the iPad itself, but more imagining what can be and what will be the iPad, what it will be used for, and some interesting use cases of the iPad. My name is Tim Chatton, and I live in Indianapolis, Indiana, and currently go to school at Butler University. And I've been a huge Apple and Mac fan for many years. I got my first Mac back in 2006 with the MacBook Pro, the 17-inch MacBook Pro, and I absolutely love that machine. And when the iPhone came out, I jumped on board 2 weeks after it was launched and picked that device up. And then last summer, I currently now have the iPhone 3G, which I use as my phone. And I've just been such a huge fan of other Mac podcasts and iPhone podcasts that I want to create new podcasts that you'll with the iPad, because I do think it is a new type of device that needs its own space to demonstrate what it can do and have its own room to talk about. And that's what this show will be. I'm a music major and a business owner and have several uses I'd like to see this device used for personally with myself. So that's just a little introduction to the iPad Possibilities podcast. I'd love to get your feedback and comments on the iPad and some uses that you see for yourself of this new device. And if you'd like to be on the show to talk with me about the possibilities you see in this iPad, you can send emails to me at ipadpossibilities@gmail.com, and also send in your audio comments and emails to that address as well, if you'd like to be featured on the show. You can also visit the website at tchatton.libsyn.com and soon to be ipadpossibilities.com. Thanks again for listening, and this was and is the iPad Possibilities Podcast with Tim Chatton.